Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Alicia, and my partner Rachel and I live in our self-converted Ram ProMaster. We've been traveling for about a year and a half, and back in October, I did a video letting you know that we were going to take a little pause from van life because I needed to deal with some family stuff. Last week, Rachel was back, and she very fittingly did a video about how to get back on track because we were struggling to do that. And so in today's video, you're going to hear from me a little bit about what we've been up to, what we're planning to do, and just some other updates and thoughts that we have. But first, I need to go get some coffee, so come with me. Actually, before I grab coffee, I almost forgot to go to the ATM. We were going to the beach last year. We got there and realized the closest ATM is like an hour and a half away. So I'm not making that mistake again this year. So I'm gonna grab some more cash so that we have money for camping and eating and all the good things. And then I'll go get that coffee. Coffee acquired. I'm gonna give this coffee to Rachel and then let's chat. Coffee! So first things first, let me give you an update on my dad. That's why we were going home and giving up van life for a little bit. He's doing much better. So thank you for all of the love and shout outs and prayers that you sent. And while we were home, we got home in early November. And I, on a whim, pretty impulsively, tore out the entire van build and started from scratch. And so for those of you who have been following us for a long time, you know that the first build took me about 2 years to complete. I gave myself 2 months this time. So that's why we need to do a new van tour. It's coming soon, I promise. Not everything's 100% done because we had this goal of getting back on the road by January 1st, and a lot of things happened during trying to rebuild the van. But we're back on the road. That's what matters. We left New Jersey on January 1st, and we went to Pride in the Desert, which is a big meetup that I've been wanting to go to since I think before I bought the van. It didn't work out last year, and so this year I was like, we are going. So we made it across the country in I think 7 or 8 days. We powered through to Arizona where the event was, had an incredible time. And while we were there, a friend of ours asked if we would caravan with her down to Baja. We were already planning to go. We didn't plan on caravanning, but we decided to do that. And so we crossed the border, and we have been in Baja since middle of January. And we will be here for another, I think, 2.5, 3 weeks, but we're really slow rolling on our way up because we know that the beaches on the Bay of Conception, Bahia de Concepcion, are our favorites. And so we wanted to make sure we built in a good amount of time to spend there on the way back up. So that's what we're doing. We're going to head to the beach today. I'll talk to you a little bit more about some updates when I finish my coffee and this carrot cake. Yum. I'm officially caffeinated, so I can start to jump into some other things. So yesterday I noticed this leak. No idea where it's coming from. It could be this rapid build. We had a leak before on our way out here that we found because the water tank was leaking, but I don't know. And that's just another thing, right? Like, it's another part of van life. There's constantly something breaking, especially with my rushed build. We spent a lot of time driving. And then this time, because we caravanned, we were with friends a lot. And so it made it hard to film because you're just like always doing something, or you're just trying to balance that with kind of just being present in the moment. And so sometimes it feels like a chore to film. So as much as I enjoy making these videos and putting them out there, it also can be a little bit draining. It's a lot of work behind the scenes. So I think that's part of the reason we kind of press pause and try to figure out how we want to move forward and kind of enjoy a little vacation before we jumped back into it. So let's figure out what this leak is. Hopefully I can figure it out. It'd be nice if I still had my tarp, but I used it to repair the air conditioner. Now I don't have one. So we're gonna make do. I don't see anything. I'm wondering if it's just condensation because it was so hot yesterday. I don't see anything underneath the van. It was really hot yesterday, the past couple of days, so I am wondering if maybe it was just like condensation. That seems to be like a area that's like almost like a catchment. Trying to look under the hood to see if I see anything that maybe is leaking. There seems to be something. But that would just be... Honestly, I am not a mechanic. So the under the hood stuff is where I kind of like draw the line. I think like that's where the windshield wiper fluid is. So maybe there's some leakage there. But it's not empty and it's not leaking anymore. So that's where I'm thinking maybe it's condensation. Because if it was like an actual leak, that would just keep leaking, I think. I don't know. Maybe y'all have some ideas. That's the puddle. We were running the air conditioning yesterday, so that might have created extra condensation because it was so cold inside and so hot outside. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up at this point. I'm hoping it's nothing. We're just going to drive to the beach and see if it continues. Definitely not my favorite job. So part of our issue with bringing you new content has been that we don't exactly always know what to bring you content on. We did Baja last year, so we found ourselves being like, well, we already did a bunch of content about Baja. A lot of our daily life to us isn't super novel anymore. It's a lot of cleaning toilets, figuring out laundry, cooking, and we don't know if that's what you want to see. We still love it, and we are absolutely loving van life. We love being able to explore. We love the freedom of it. But we don't know exactly how to balance making our channel exciting for y'all and feeling creative in the space. So if you have ideas for us on the type of content that you really enjoy seeing, feel free to drop that in the comments. Let me keep working on this toilet. It's time to get one last shower before we leave this campground. Who knows when the next time we'll get a shower is. Shower complete, and now we can get ready to hit the road. We are packed up and have a few chores to do before we head to the beach. Stick around and we'll tell you a little bit more about what our plans are going forward. Adios! Saying goodbye to Loreto is definitely always hard. It's one of our favorite little towns, but we know we'll be back next year. We're going to take care of a few chores before we head to the beach. Just finished up the next up. We gotta go get gas. I just took forever. Last stop, propane. Once we get the van to a place, we really don't like to move. It's kind of a pain. And so it's better to take care of these now, and then we can go enjoy a week of uninterrupted relaxation. Oh, all right. All the chores are done. Now we can finally go to the beach. One thing we've learned about driving through Baja is to never trust the time the GPS says it's going to take you. Between having to slow down for these massive potholes or these cute little goats crossing the road. And driving slowly around these crazy mountain curves to keep this precious cargo safe. But it's all worth it for these views. I mean, come on. We get to call this place home for the next week or so. Y'all, we made it to the beach. Rachel's already inside. But before I jump in, let me tell you about what we have planned. It's going to be hard to leave Baja because, like, I mean, look at this. But we're excited for some of the plans we have this summer. We are going to head back up through Arizona, through Vegas, hit some sites in California, which we really haven't explored very much, and then go up the California coast, make a stop in Oregon for Camp Pride, which, if you're queer and want an awesome event, you should definitely consider checking out Camp Pride, which is in Oregon in July. And then from there, the most exciting thing we have planned is we are going to Alaska. So we're super excited to bring you all of those adventures. We're going to a big van gathering. It's the first van gathering in Alaska, organized by this awesome person that we met at Van Life Pride. And so, yeah, really excited. None of this was planned. It's all been based on some of the people we've met along the way and the community we're building. And I think that's what's so cool about building community on the road, is that it does open you to other experiences that maybe you wouldn't consider. So yeah, thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for those of you who are tuning in after us taking such a long break. We hope you understand. Please drop in the comments the types of videos you want to see, because ultimately we're doing this for you, and so we want to make sure we are, meeting what you like to see. So I'm going to go jump in that water. Make sure you hit that like button, click subscribe, so you can continue to follow along as we go slow down.